Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Um, Dr. William, principals, respected teachers, parents, and children. Um, a very warm welcome to the ongoing winter session and this virtual meet that you people are doing. It's very heartening to see. It's just like, the digital aspect being used so efficiently and effectively across all Dalmia Vidya Mandirs. On a lighter note, let me tell you that November and December are my favorite months. So I'm actually today during this period I'm on the top of my mood, as I should say. Probably because there are many festivals in these 2 months, and I feel personally that these 2 months bring out all the divinity in us. You have Eid, which went by. You got Diwali that's coming up. There's Christmas around the corner. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. The Pushkar festival in Rajasthan is coming up. It's like, the Majoli festival in Assam, the Puri festival in Odisha, Chhat Puja, I said in Bihar got over, Bangla festival in Meghalaya, Chennai Music Festival, the Cochin Carnival, you name the state. And I think November and December has got so many festivals coming up. And I think all these festivals bring us much more closer to our own divinity. Talking of divinity, I just like, sometimes, I used to ask myself, and it's like, and I'm asking you that did you all know that when we were born, we were all 100% divine? That's why they say children are God. But then as we grew up, we got influenced by the teachings from our surroundings, friends, philosophers, guides, mentors, teachers, correct, from our own parents, from our own experiences. And then we started reacting to experiences, watching others, and slowly we lost our divinity and we started living as human beings. But faith and these festivals bring us back to the knowledge that we keep losing every time, that we were born divine and we have the ability to stay divine. If you notice in this world, it's just like, be it of any religion, any caste, any creed, many human beings have refused to be caught up in this day-to-day survival. They all chose to listen to their inner voice, the inner tuition that we call it, and that's intuition. And they managed to maintain their divinity. And through epochs and eras, it's just like, we have had such people, and they continue to walk this earth as saints, rishis, munis, gurus, or whatever. Today, when I speak to you people, I just want you to introspect on a few things, and which I think is just like instance has worked wonderfully for me. Hence, I'm sharing it. Ever ask yourself, as is like instance, what is the basic purpose of being born on this earth? It's high time, as is like instance, we introspect and ask this question. To me, if you ask me, it's like, the basic purpose of being born on this earth is to experience this divinity that has been given to us. The opportunity to realize that there is God in all of us, and all we must do is experience it. And I think that is the purpose of being born on this earth. The purpose of night and day, while science will teach us that it is because of rotation and revolutions and the earth moving around and the earth and the sun and the moon. There are many reasons, scientific reasons, or whatever it is. I have a simple understanding of the purpose of night and day. And that is the purpose of night and day is that it gives us an opportunity every night before we go to sleep to ask ourselves, did I live my divinity during the day? And if the answer is yes, then I guess we will sleep without any fear or any guilt. But if the answer is no, then it's still not a problem, because then you go to sleep saying, tomorrow is yet another day and yet another chance to restart my life again and live and experience the divinity. So every day is an opportunity. Every night is introspection, and every day in the morning, as Leginsons, is an opportunity to undo everything, redo everything, and give one more chance to live the way SS Leginsons, we was created to be living.
Yeah.
Each night is a gamble, and that is why I say, I tell my family, I tell my wife and my daughter also, that कभी भी दिन के टाइम पे कोई भी डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन होगा, कोई झगड़ा होगा, कुछ भी होगा, रात को सोने से पहले हमें सुलझाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि कल सुबह उठे या ना उठे मालूम नहीं. Every night is a gamble and every morning is a lottery. When we open our eyes each morning, there are millions who are not so lucky. Every time we sit for a meal, again, millions are not so lucky. So everything that is happening to us is happening for our benefit, and we are those lucky few who are getting the opportunity every day to live, to breathe, to walk, to talk, to interact, to eat. So we should thank ourselves and our Creator that this waking up in the morning every day, SS Leginsons, is a reason, SS Leginsons, for experiencing a divinity each day. Now the question is, it is all easily said. Then the question then is, how do we live our divinity? In your mind, you must be thinking, it's just like, where do I start? It's just like, Ajit is saying we have to live our divinity. There is divinity in us. How do I experience it? How do I live it? Just remember, the entire life has got a cycle. A cycle is every day, what do we do 24/7? We have thought. We think. God has given us brains to think. So 24/7, what we do is we are thinking. Even in our dreams, we are thinking. And for every thought is followed by an action. That is a cycle of life. You have a thought, and then it is followed by an action. And when we do that action, we have an experience. So if we need a good or a great experience, then our thought has to be good. So if you want to have a divine experience, then our thought has to be extremely divine. What you think is what you will do, and what you do will give you an experience. So if you want a divine experience every day, then you need to first have divine thoughts in the beginning of the day. You must now be thinking that it is easy for Ajit to say all this, but then how do I have divine thoughts? In my mind, again, because I'm saying all these things because my daughter used to ask me when I used to tell her, she's 13 years old, and when I used to tell her you should have divine thoughts, she used to say, it's very easy for you to say, how do I do this? I can only tell you what I have tried and what has worked for me. That I can share. What I do is I keep a picture of anyone that I respect or love in my room. In my case, I have a guru that I follow, so I keep his picture in my room. That's the first thing that I did. It could be a picture of a god, it could be a picture of your parents, it could be a picture of your guru, it could be anyone that you love and respect a lot. Because it is this person that you should be talking to every night before going to sleep and every morning as when you wake up. Every night before you go to sleep, you should be walking up to that picture and thanking and saying, thank you for this beautiful day, this beautiful experience that has been given to me. And tomorrow is yet another opportunity for me to do something great. Take care of me. And then you go to sleep. Every morning when you wake up, you walk up to that same picture and say, thank you for giving me one more day to live, one more opportunity to make everything right, one more opportunity to live my divinity by doing good and the right thing, not making things right, doing the right thing. When you do this, you will realize that you're free from guilt. Normally, people feel guilty of whatever they did yesterday. something wrong, somebody has said something, done something wrong, and they go to sleep feeling that guilt. But when you start thinking that, no, tomorrow I have an opportunity to undo and redo all the wrong that I have done, then you don't sleep with guilt. You sleep with hope, because you feel that you realize that you have the power to set things right, and you have a full day the next day to make all these things right. For example, if you had a fight with your friend yesterday, you have the opportunity the next day to go to him and become friends again. If you didn't eat your lunch and you threw it away quietly, as it's like, whatever your mother made, you still have a chance the next day, as it's like, in terms of eating your lunch completely, as it's like, and not feel guilty about yesterday. If you forgot to do your homework yesterday, you have a chance to complete it today. If you have told any lie to your teacher, parents, friends, or family, you have a chance of going and telling them the truth today. If you have been unkind to someone, you have the chance to be kind to them today. If you have been disrespectful to your parents or your grandparents or your teachers or your elders, you have the chance to show respect to them today. Today is an opportunity of undoing and redoing whatever wrong we did yesterday or what we could not do yesterday. In short, you can remove all the guilt you were carrying till yesterday. When you start your new day by realizing that you have such a lot of opportunities, then you start acting accordingly. You end up living that one day saying that मेरे को एक दिन है, ये दिन मैं जो कुछ भी मैंने गलत किया है कल वो सब मैं आज ठीक करूंगा. Then you're living with hope. All your good actions come out. You end up living that one day doing the right actions by being kind, by being friendly, by being respectful, by being helpful, truthful, by being humble. When your thought is so divine like this, it is followed by divine actions. And when you have divine actions during the day, at the end of the day, when you lie down in bed, you feel sheer happiness flowing through you. You feel proud and respectful for yourself. You feel you have done everything godly. You feel like you have lived one full day just like God Himself. And that is the divine experience. And when you close your eyes and drift off to sleep, you dream of all the good things that you have done the whole day, only to wake up the next morning full of life and love to live yet another divine day. I think this is the reason to be born. This is the purpose of life. To realize the divinity, live it, experience it, and share it with those who have lost their way and who are confused. You can tell your parents, tomorrow is Sunday, we are all at home. Let us try and live one day like this. And I'm urging all the parents, teachers, students, everyone. Tell yourself, tomorrow is Sunday. We are all at home. Let us try and live one day like this by doing everything right. And let us share our experience on Sunday night as a family. Let us sit together and let us ask each other what all the good things that we did. I promise you, it will be the happiest day of your life, and you will have the happiest family in the world that one night. I take this opportunity to thank each and every teacher for the hard work and commitment that they are showing towards our students, schools, and in turn to the society. I want to thank every parent for ensuring that their children are getting educated, because knowledge is the only way to salvation. I want to thank each and every student for their dedication towards learning new things. You're the future. You will be building the new India. I congratulate each and every one of you for your integrity, for the trust and respect you have shown for Dalmia Vidya Mandir, without which I don't think we would have reached where we are today. All the schools, I know for a fact, have done wonderfully well. There are so many new things that you have brought into the schools. There are schools, which were living in a era of, how should I put it, of complacency. It is you people, the teachers and the students and the principals and Dr. Williams, who have introspected, who have realized that you people are on a very divine mission and you want to give the best, not only to the children, but also to their parents, to yourself, and to society at large. And you people have done a wonderful job. It's just like, in revamping the schools. Classrooms have been increased. We've got our CBSE registrations done. I don't know if you people are aware that Dalmia as an organization is the only cement company in the world that is producing green cement and being a climate crusader. The British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, has done a complete documentary on Dalmia saying that we are climate champions. And I think we were able to get this reward and recognition only because of the hard work that all of you people have put in. When the CEO of Dalmia Bharat Group went to the United Nations and told them that even our schools are getting certified as green schools, they were amazed. Our Dalmia Vidya Mandir school in Odisha is just like, is already been certified green by GRIHA, the Indian Green Building Council body. I urge the teachers of DDSPL school in Kalyanpur and Chirava and Dalmia Vidya Mandir school in Dalmiapuram to also work hard towards converting their schools into green schools and getting it certified by GRIHA. This is the biggest contribution that we can do to society. And it's the biggest act of kindness that we can do to this environment, Mrs. Leginsons, which I don't blame you. It is my generation which has spoiled this environment. But it is my generation and you put together who has to rectify this environment so that when you people grow up, you have a better place to live and a better place to breathe, a better, healthy way of life to live. And you in turn will give a far more better place to your own children. I don't want to make it a very, very long speech, but every time I interact with Dr. Rosetta Williams and and the principals, when they tell me about all the great work that is happening in the schools, I sometimes feel a little bit of jealousy because I did not get to go through such wonderful opportunities when I was a child. But at the same time, I also feel so thrilled that during my time itself, this is like, I'm able to see such beautiful changes that are being brought into the school, the progressive guidelines and policies that you people have adopted, and the way you people have embraced digital technology and, proved to the Western world how fast and how technically and technologically progressive India is. This is the new India, Naya Bharat. And I wish each and every one of you all the very best in this new India that we are creating together. Thank you, Dr. Williams, principals, teachers, and dear children. I wish you all a beautiful divine life forever and wish you eternal peace and contentment. God bless you and your family. Thank you.